I bought this engine knowing it had a destroyed clutch. So I got a new one from eBay. Nice. Decked cylinder. Mismatched piston. Oversized gasket. Leaking carburetor. More leaks. I made a header since the engine didn't come with exhaust. Also, a plate to hold the clutch arm. Replaced the stock Mikuni 24 carb with a Oko 30 carb. The more I would tune it, the more tired the engine would get. Until the stock steel reeds broke. Carbon fiber should be up to the task. I tried fixing the old intake, but it was too far gone. Hell yeah, boy. Some came broke already, and I had to break some myself. The more I rode it, the more tuning it needed and the less power it had. The spark plug was white, and the engine started dripping out gear oil. Looks good. Let's look inside it. Worn out right side engine case. Mysterious plugged hole. The brand new eBay clutch. The left side engine case has a hole in it. Also doesn't have a counterbalance shaft. Here is the replacement engine cases, and they come with a balance shaft. I will only use the right side engine case, since the left side one is worse than mine. Cleaned everything with gasoline. No more welded drain plug. Looks good, and all the threads are intact. Look at the drain plug. It's there, not just welded. I'm missing the keyway. I'm thinking of cutting one out of this shift star. Finding a complete seal kit was a real pain. Scientific test. I'm giving the clutch cover a overhaul. New seal and gasket for the water pump. Old circlip was loose. I was missing one locating pin, so I had to make one. Brand new bolts on clean threads is nice. Finally found a seal kit with the correct crank seals. Crank bearing. Now here is the question even the pros can't answer. Which way should this plastic cage bearings be facing? The Kickstarter gear was scraping the clutch. It was missing the washers. Shaped and polished the clutch rod. Also, it was missing the spring washer and the pin. The clutch arm that came with the new case is in good shape, so I gave it a polish and a coat of paint. Some dramatic information. The shifter spring had split in half. The engine still selected gears fine, somehow. Breakfast? Not hungry yet? The engine sat a long time without the clutch cover, so now the gearbox is a bit rusty. Cleaned the old engine case. Had a fight with Mike Tyson. I now wonder if it is supposed to be like this. Here is a hint to what I did. One rusty but functional gearbox. The spring I replaced has to be cut down. The cases are different models, but it can be massaged to work. First gear is a little bit noisy when I spin the engine in reverse. Let me know if that is normal.
The gasket maker I used had spread all over, and was sticking the reed shut. As you can see here, the intake has developed acne problem. I shouldn't have tightened it, like a semi-truck wheel nut. All clean now. And I polished the cage and the spots where the reeds seal. This gasket maker is not a good idea for the intake. Welded a head on this broken bolt so I can extract it. All the bolts had stripped heads. Made some adapters so I can replace the bolts with longer ones, and tighten the cases together. Gave the piston some love, but he is so loose I might have to let him go. had to remove all the gaskets, so a 1.5mm solder could give me any reading. Somebody had a real good time porting this cylinder with the impact gun. The true meaning of hand porting. Only one side done. I will finish this later. I also had a lot of fun, seems like it. Had to modify the carb for the stage 6 slide. Might as well put it all together and send a pic to your auntie. This could be a thumbnail. Do you remember on episode 3, the damage Mike Tyson did? Now I have to fix it. What you are seeing on screen is this epoxy being tested. I am not sure if I should trust this epoxy. Maybe I did something wrong applying it. I will get back to that, but there is other problems. That looked like Mike Tyson on shrooms did it.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way. Oh. Oh man, brother, come on. Who was that coming off the pick and roll there, boy?
There is no point in saving Mike Tyson shroom damage. So let's start over. Test it before you invest in it. By now my new soldering iron was screaming for help. Wiring harness is done. Now let's get back to that punched out engine case. I opened up the damage so it doesn't spread. What I did wrong on the epoxy test was that I didn't degrease the case before applying the epoxy. Let it sit overnight. This could be the culprit of the damage. Not sure, but let's fix it. Pack it with grease and go crazy. Do not forget to bring a magnet. Nobody wants to be covered with iron flakes. Looks like it worked. I do see some bubbles. Nothing to worry about.
Today on How It's Made, we are learning how to paint a boat so it looks like an onion.
Dirty, dirty. Clean, clean. If you never painted it, next time there will be rust. Cut some stuff, remove some brackets. I will be using it to part automotive paint. I have to test it first. I paint like our ancestors, with a sponge. The picnic cup didn't like the hardener in the paint. It came out good. It is scratch resistant and the gasoline doesn't take off the paint. Let's mix up a bunch of this to part paint, and paint everything.
Carbon fiber, Carson's flyer, bronze fibers, cars for hire, crabs on fire.
On the next episode, we will move on to the fun part. Episode 5 I finished here, matching the cases together. There is a couple steps in the way before I can start putting it back together. These spacers need to come off so I can open them up in the lathe. After matching the cases, this space was too thin for the gasket maker to seal. So I filled it with epoxy. I pulled the bearing off the crank with my bare hands. Now I have to press the new ones in. With my bare hands, Mike Tyson would be proud.
I now wonder if it is supposed to be like this. Here is a hint to what I did.
That was episode 3. Here is my fix. Do not fear the bearing glue. Gave her a kiss for good luck. Cleaned everything. Now it's time to assemble. Autobots, assemble. This motu oil smells like mushrooms.
What? Bro, what are you talking about?
Let's not do that again. Don't be afraid to heat it up good. And lube your bearing so it doesn't flash stick. Let the case cool down so the crank is tight on there. It has passed midnight and is cold as a number 12 spark plug. So I made sure I gave extra heat to this one. Even Chinese bearings can spin freely if you center the crank good enough. Got to cut my own queue out of a shift star. This engine is cursed for sure. Stay tuned for the coming episodes. Custom cut locking washer. I won't spend another penny on this engine. I can explain. Never leave a snake in a cage. I used the old clutch basket to make a block-off plate for the oil pump.
Welcome to episode 9. It's time to put it all together. I finished the porting in the cylinder and removed the black paint. Had to MacGyver one of the reed bolts, but didn't use any glue. Pressed out a couple swing arm bushings and collected the right amount of parts for a OEM fit. DIY machinist. Real machinist on the job. Engine spacers done and pressed in. The left side was loose, so I glued it with epoxy. Not bad for a Walmart drill and some hand sanding. Stance bros would be proud of this fitment. All the pieces of the puzzle seems like it would do the job. The shock needs a mount, so I see some boogers incoming. Polished the old rusty bolts. Cutted the old mount and flipped it to the other side of the swing arm. DIY booger welder, weekend TIG welder at gmail.com. I can paint it now with my sponge technique. Added some extra pieces in there. The wheel hub was falling apart, so I replaced it and gave everything a spit shine. Assembled the cylinder with the old gasket. I hope to see all your eyes on the next episode. Maybe I can get this engine started without my mom helping me push start it. Hello, hola Marta. I need to insure a moped with a go-kart engine.
No problem. Unless you have a two-stroke problem. If you break down, I will send Ricky to rescue you.
I told him to be careful, and the fucking first thing he does is runs her into the mud. Sitting there just gunning it, spinning the fucking tires, burning the engine out of it. Thing's probably fucked at this point. Don't break burns, Ricky! No donuts! Fuck, he's gonna wreck it. Okay, boys, here we go. Blast shields down. Main engine is a go. Decent! Fuck, did you see that, Ricky? Julius? Boys, check her out.
Oh man, that is fucking cool.
You guys want to stay and watch? Do you want to see a rocket go, Randy? Does it really launch, Bubbles? Does it really launch? Does the Tin Man have a sheet metal cock? Look at this thing.
Remember when you helped Daddy steal a car battery? It's kind of like the same thing. You just put this little thing on here, this one on there. Jeez, I'm thirsty. Take this thing right here.
Okay, boys, step aside. Time to let the big dog work his magic. Ricky, no, wait. I'm not fucking beat yet. Here, I'll get the cocksucker off.
Sure this little piece of shit has enough power?
This little piece of shit? You think this little piece? You want to see some fucking power, bud? You want to see some power? Stand fucking back. I'll show you fucking power, baby.
Give her hell, Bubs!
I'll show you some fucking power right now. Here we go. Yeah! Cocksucker! Here, Ricky. Clip that on there.
Give it to her, buddy.
I don't want want to fuck up your door, though, Julian.
Just rip it right the fuck off, man. I'll buy a new one.
Okay, well, stand back, boys. This thing's gonna come off like she's packed with C4. Here we go.
I don't think it's working. All right, you know what? Fuck this. Ah, fuck, you fucked her.
Oh, for fuck's sakes! That shouldn't have happened. I had her fucking on there.
Look the fuck out. Ricky, it's fucking thing off. It's bulletproof, man. Fuck it is. Nothing's bulletproof. Everybody get out of the way.
Striker breaker, come in Earth. This is rocket ship 27. Aliens fucked over the carbonator on engine number 4. I'm gonna try to refucculate it and land on Juniper. And hopefully you got some space weed over.
Trying to break into Alcatraz, for fuck's sakes. That's good, Bubs. That's not gonna do shit all, man.
Listen, we don't want to cause any shit here, boys. Matter of fact, I've been thinking about shit a lot less these days. Seeing as how I stepped in so much over the last few years, I'm sick of shit, boys. Sick of shit.
Come on, I gotta get you cleaned up. Cocksucker.
What the hell have you done, man?
How much more simple can you get? It's got 2 moving parts, and it's been here for 44 years.
So that's the same age as... The same age as you?
Yes, but it's much better nick than you are. It was £1,200. I had much change with which to buy many beads.
Where's the engine?
It's there.
Hold on.
Hang on with it. It's tiny.
Do you want to know about the power?
Yes, I do.
40.
40. Unaltered.
Is it going to be fast?
40 knots.
That's really fast.
What's that?
I don't know.
It wasn't there this morning.
You don't think it fell out of James's luggage, do you?
Fell out of my what? I missed that.
James?
Yes?
Using nothing but a hammer?
Yes.
Every single thing on it works. Nearly.
What's that? That's a side exhaust.
They're not connected to the engine, are they?
Technically, no. Well, they're connected to the same car that the engine is in.
So as usual, you spent all your money on stuff that makes no difference to the way the car goes, apart from possibly making it a bit heavier.
James then demonstrated his siren, which he'd got from an ice cream van.
Well, you will now watch a demonstration by our tame racing driver. Some say he has the world's largest collection of pornographical material. All we know is he's not the Stig. How do they get such a small amount of horsepower from a car?
Whoa, yes. You've modified that, mate.
Oh, God, have you broken it?
Yeah. I've got to go back up there and find the bit that fell off.
Well, there are 2 features on this car that you might be interested in. In the front, gentlemen, we find here, instead of a passenger seat,
Oh, that's good. That's good.
and it runs off the cigarette lighter in the car.
That's a tradable commodity you've got there.
It is, but something even more useful than beer. No, nearly as useful as beer is what I've fitted over here. A shower, and if we peel back the curtain...
Oh, it's a complete bathroom.
Oh, yeah. So, this one has the van engine.
It has a good, simple
van engine.
It's
No, well,
very...
the battery's somehow gone flat. I suspect the fridge is drawing quite a lot of power. Can I have a jump?
It's basic motoring at its very best.
You know how a Mercedes goes?
Yeah. It's not a Mercedes. It's not a Mercedes.
It's not going. There are 3 electrical components on this car, as it turns out.
Is that going to make it go any faster?
No, but I have that one covered.
That is a turbocharger from Pentia Ricola's Group A rally car.
Unfortunately, because it was an automatic, it was useless.
Weight, this is 600 pounds, and that's the same as having a whole American sitting on the tailgate. 2, space, there really isn't room to get 2 side by side, and 3, cost. 13,000 quid this costs.
What are you doing?
I was going to take the radiator grill off on the basis that it's just an ornament.
We don't know at this point what kind of motor racing we're going to be doing.
I'm just praying it is a nice proper racetrack.